Welcome back to Cooking with Rod. Today we're making a cocktail that's been a bar favorite for well over a century, but we're doing it in a way that's perfect for parties, gatherings, and easy entertaining. Instead of mixing drinks one at a time, we're making a whiskey sour pitcher so you can serve multiple guests quickly while keeping the classic flavor everyone loves. The whiskey sour is one of the most balanced cocktails in the world. It combines the warmth of whiskey with bright citrus and just the right amount of sweetness. When those three elements come together properly, you get a drink that's smooth, refreshing, and incredibly satisfying. Traditionally, it's shaken individually in a cocktail shaker, but when you're hosting family or friends, the process can slow things down. A pitcher version solves that problem beautifully. In this recipe, we're using bourbon whiskey, which gives the drink a rich, slightly sweet character with notes of caramel and vanilla. The depth pairs perfectly with fresh lemon juice, which provides a bright citrus that defines a great whiskey sour. To balance the acidity, we add simple syrup, creating the classic sweet and sour harmony that makes the drink so enjoyable. What makes this pitcher version special is that we're building a cocktail in stages, so the flavor stays balanced even after ice and garnishes are added. We'll start by measuring and combining the base ingredients directly in the pitcher. Once everything is mixed, we'll add ice and fresh lemon slices to chill the drink and infuse a little extra citrus aroma. After this cocktail is ready, we'll pour it over fresh ice in rocks glasses and finish each drink with a simple garnish of lemon and cherries. These small touches elevate the presentation and give the cocktail that classic bar-style look that people expect from a whiskey sour. I'll also show you a great trick for entertaining: freezing whiskey sour cubes. These frozen cubes can be added to the drink later to keep them cold without watering them down. It's a great way to keep the flavor strong and refreshing, especially if the pitcher is sitting out during a party. This is one of those cocktails that works almost anywhere. It's perfect for backyard barbecues, game nights, holidays, even just relaxing with friends after dinner. The pitcher format, it's simple to prepare ahead of time so you can spend more time enjoying the moment instead of standing behind the bar mixing drinks. So grab your pitcher, your bourbon, and some fresh lemons, and we'll start building this whiskey sour pitcher right here on Cooking with Rod. Start by setting a clean glass pitcher on your work surface. Using a clear pitcher lets you see the color and texture of the cocktail as it comes together. And it also gives the finished drink a polished presentation that looks great when serving guests. Measure the bourbon in a glass measuring cup. This step helps keep the batch balanced so the whiskey remains the star of the drink without overpowering the citrus and the sweetness. Pour the bourbon into the pitcher. This forms the base of the whiskey sour and gives the cocktail its signature warmth, depth, and rich amber color. Measure the fresh lemon juice in a measuring cup. Fresh lemon juice is essential here because it gives the cocktail its bright, lively citrus flavor and a much cleaner taste than bottle juice. Pour the lemon juice into the pitcher with the bourbon. As the lemon mixes with the whiskey, you start to build the classic sweet tart profile that makes this whiskey sour so recognizable. Measure the simple syrup. This ingredient brings balance to the cocktail by softening the sharpness of the lemon and rounding out the boldness of the bourbon. Pour the simple syrup into the pitcher. Once added, the mixture becomes smoother and more harmonious, creating a sweet and sour structure that defines the drink. Measure the cold water. This small amount of dilution helps mellow the batch slightly so it tastes properly balanced when poured over ice. Pour the cold water into the pitcher. This step helps the ingredients blend more naturally and gives the pitcher cocktail a smoother finish without making it taste weak. Stir the mixture thoroughly with a long bar spoon. Stirring ensures the bourbon, lemon juice, syrup, and water combine evenly, so every glass tastes consistent from the first pour to the last. Slice fresh lemons into wheels on a cutting board. These slices will add aroma, visual appeal, and an extra layer of fresh citrus character to the pitcher. Add the lemon wheels to the pitcher. As they sit in the cocktail, they infuse a light citrus fragrance and make the pitcher look bright, fresh, and inviting. Add ice cubes to the pitcher. The ice chills the cocktail quickly and helps bring it to the perfect serving temperature, making it crisp and refreshing. Add maraschino cherries to the pitcher. The cherries contribute a classic whiskey sour garnish element and add a pop of color that makes the presentation more festive. Give the pitcher one more gentle stir. This final stir distributes the ice, lemon slices, and cherries evenly throughout the drink so it looks balanced and well mixed. Fill rocks glasses with fresh ice. Starting with fresh ice in the serving glass keeps the cocktail cold and gives it the classic look associated with a whiskey sour served on the rocks. Pour the whiskey sour from the pitcher into the prepared glasses. As the drink flows over the ice, you can see the rich amber color and the light cloudiness from the fresh lemon juice. Fill a second rocks glass the same way. This makes the batch feel party ready and shows how easy it is to serve multiple drinks quickly from one pitcher. Place a lemon wheel onto the rim or into the glass. This garnish adds a bright citrus accent and instantly gives the cocktail a finished bar-style presentation. Add a maraschino cherry to the drink. The cherry provides a small burst of sweetness and color while completing the classic whiskey sour look. Take a moment to show the finished cocktail close up. At this stage, the drink should look chilled, glossy, and inviting, with the garnish adding contrast against the amber liquid. Set the finished cocktails beside the pitcher. This serving arrangement highlights the batch format and shows how the cocktail is ready to share. Present the full serving scene with the pitcher and glass together. This is the payoff moment where the drink looks polished, party ready, and easy for guests to enjoy. Cover the pitcher with a lid or plastic wrap. This helps preserve freshness and keeps the drink protected if you're making it ahead of time. Place the covered drink in the refrigerator. Chilling in advance is a great way to keep the cocktail cold without relying entirely on extra ice. Remove the chilled pitcher and stir it before serving again. This freshens the mixture and redistributes the ingredients so the flavor stays even. Pour some of the whiskey sour mix into an ice cube tray. This is a smart make-ahead step that creates cocktail cubes you can use later without diluting the drink. Place the tray in the freezer, allowing the mixture to freeze gives you flavorful cubes that keep the cocktail cold while preserving its strength. Remove the frozen whiskey sour cubes from the tray. These cubes are a great entertaining trick because they look impressive and help maintain the drink's flavor. Add the frozen whiskey sour cubes to a rocks glass. Using cocktail cubes instead of plain ice keeps the drink cold while adding more whiskey sour flavor as they slowly melt. Pour the whiskey sour mix over the frozen cubes. This creates a refreshing serving with extra chill and slightly elevated presentation. Show the refreshed cocktail after pouring. The drink should look cold, vibrant, and well balanced, with frozen cubes giving it a distinctive appearance. Add a final garnish to the refreshed drink. A lemon twist, lemon wheel, or cherry gives the cocktail a polished finish that makes it look ready to serve immediately. Alright, some notes from the bartender. One of the most important things to understand about a whiskey sour is balance. This cocktail is built around 3 core elements: whiskey, citrus, and sweetness. When those 3 components are in the correct proportion, the drink becomes smooth, refreshing, and incredibly drinkable. If one ingredient dominates the other, the cocktail can quickly become either too sharp or too sweet. The pitcher format works beautifully because it allows you to adjust and taste the mixture before serving it. The choice of whiskey has a noticeable effect on the final flavor. Bourbon is usually the best option for a pitcher version because its natural sweetness and caramel notes complement the lemon juice. The vanilla and oak flavors that come from aging in charred barrels help soften the acidity and create a rounder finish. Rye whiskey can also be used, but it tends to produce a spicier, slightly drier cocktail. If you enjoy a sharper drink with a little more bite, rye can be interesting variation. Fresh citrus is another key factor. Always try to use freshly squeezed lemon juice whenever possible. Bottled lemon juice often has preservatives that can introduce a dull or slightly metallic taste. Fresh juice, on the other hand, brings a bright, vibrant acidity that lifts the entire drink. It also adds a light natural cloudiness that is actually a sign of a properly made whiskey sour. Simple syrup is the traditional sweetener because it blends smoothly into the drink without leaving undissolved sugar crystals. If you prefer a slightly richer sweetness, you can substitute demerara syrup or honey syrup. Demerara syrup adds a subtle molasses note, while honey syrup introduces floral complexity that pairs nicely with the bourbon. These small variations can give the cocktail a more layered flavor profile. When batching cocktails in a pitcher, it's important to think about dilution. In individual cocktails, shaking or stirring with ice adds water to the drink as it chills. Since a pitcher cocktail is usually stirred rather than shaken, adding a small amount of cold water to the mixture helps replicate the dilution that keeps the drink from tasting overly strong when served. Ice management is another detail that bartenders pay attention to. Large solid ice cubes melt more slowly and keep the cocktail cool longer without watering it down quickly. When preparing drinks for guests, filling the glass with fresh ice before pouring the cocktail ensures that each serving is crisp and refreshing. The garnish may seem simple, but it contributes more than just appearance. Lemon slices release a light citrus aroma as the drink sits. The maraschino cherries add a small hint of sweetness that complements the whiskey. These garnishes also give the cocktail its classic presentation, making it instantly recognizable. For entertaining, the frozen cocktail cube trick is especially useful. Freezing some of the whiskey sour mixture in ice cube trays creates cubes that can chill the drink without diluting it. As they slowly melt, they reinforce the cocktail's flavor instead of weakening it. This is a great technique when you expect the pitcher to sit out for a while during a gathering. If you want to experiment with variations, there are several ways to customize a whiskey sour pitcher. A splash of orange juice can add brightness and fruitiness. A few dashes of bitters will introduce subtle spice and complexity. You can also swap in flavored syrups such as maple or ginger syrup to create seasonal twists. Ultimately, the beauty of the whiskey sour is its simplicity and versatility. It's a cocktail that has been enjoyed for generations because it strikes the perfect balance between bold whiskey character and refreshing citrus brightness, making it a pitcher that makes it easy to share, turning a classic single drink into a cocktail that can bring people together around the table. Whether you're serving it at a party, a family gathering, or just a relaxing evening with friends, this whiskey sour pitcher is a reliable crowd pleaser that delivers classic flavor in every glass. And there you have it, a classic whiskey sour pitcher that's smooth, refreshing, and incredibly easy to serve for a group. By batching the cocktail in a pitcher, you get all the flavor of a traditional whiskey sour without having to mix each drink individually. It's a simple method that saves time while still delivering that balanced combination of whiskey, citrus, and sweetness that makes the cocktail so popular. What makes this drink really stand out is the fresh lemon juice and properly balanced syrup, which gives the cocktail its bright flavor and smooth finish. When those ingredients come together with a good bourbon, the result is a drink that's both bold and refreshing. The lemon slices and cherries add that classic garnish that not only looks great, but also enhances the aroma every time you bring the glass up for a sip. Another great feature of this recipe is how well it works for entertaining. You can prepare the pitcher ahead of time, keep it chilled in the refrigerator, and simply pour the drinks when the guests arrive. It takes the pressure off mixing cocktails all evening and lets you enjoy the gathering along with everyone else. If you want to take this a step further, the frozen whiskey sour cubes we made are the great trick for keeping the drink cold without watering it down. As those cubes melt, they add more flavor instead of diluting the cocktail, which makes every glass taste just as good as the first. This is one of those cocktails that fits almost any occasion. It works just as well at a backyard barbecue, holiday gathering, game night, or casual weekend get-together. The flavor is familiar and approachable, which means even people who don't normally drink whiskey often find themselves enjoying this one. If you enjoyed this recipe and want to see more cocktails like it, make sure to check out our other cocktail pitcher recipes here on Cooking with Rod. There are plenty of easy party-friendly drinks that follow the same simple method so you can serve great cocktails without spending the entire evening behind the bar. Thanks for watching, and I hope you give this whiskey sour pitcher a try. If you do, let me know how it turns out, and feel free to experiment with your own variations. Sometimes the best cocktails come from a small twist on a classic recipe. Until next time, keep cooking, keep experimenting, and keep enjoying great food and drinks right here on Cooking with Rod. Cheers!